Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back for another Slim Sports interview. As always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is a guy that I went to high school with. I used to get beat up by him at football practice. 6'9" forward that is now living out his dream playing professional ball in Syria for Jalaa. My guy, Amari Haynes. How's it going, Mars?
اسحق بيطلع فيها بشكل كتير سريع. اسحق عبيد بيعمل بنتريشن بيسلم اماري هاينز. سوبر سام دانك. الدانك الثاني.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. It's cold out here in Kansas, but I know it's probably cold where you're at too over in Syria. I am so ecstatic for you, man. The fact that you were playing professional basketball, I got to go against you in high school, watch you throughout your college career, and it's definitely awesome for all of us back home to watch you go off and live your dream. So I just wanted to say congrats on that. I know you've had quite the journey so far, and obviously moving to a whole new country to start this career playing professional basketball. I know a lot of guys overseas that have said themselves it's a completely different experience, completely different from America. What has that been like for you so far living in Syria?
Um, Man, it's been crazy, man. I mean crazy in a good way though, because like in the States we have everything. It's a lot. We much a lot privileged up there, so we have a lot more. So moving out to Syria, definitely an eye opener. Definitely is so much love here. Like a lot of people just show so much love. The language is different. It's kind of cold here from being back home, but I adjusted to it. The time change is different, but I adjust to that as well. And the food, and I just love everything about it. It's definitely putting me in a different mindset of what I really want going further, and I can't complain.
Yeah, there's a lot to adjust just as a person being over there, but also as an athlete. I know, as you well know, I know a lot of guys overseas, and they also talk about how the playing style is different. You hear all of these different things, including like NBA players, how the ones from overseas they come and they have to adjust to American style of basketball. What has been the biggest adjustment for you on the court when it comes to playing overseas?
Um, uh, the number one thing I gotta say is basically like they don't call as much like as calls they called in the States. So, like if you get fouled, it's probably not a foul here. And FIBA rules, you could stay in the paint. You could literally just stay there the whole time. When in the States, if you stay in the paint, you get called for 3 seconds and you can't really stay there. So, you know, the style is different. Um, but it's much more like freedom. I give it more freedom. Like when I first came, I was kind of like shaky and nervous of like how to play. But like after like my first game, I kind of figured out how it goes and what to do. And it's mostly pick and roll. Like, you just pick and roll always helps the situation here. And if you're a good shooter, that helps as well.
Yeah, I've definitely seen you improve on your jump shot. I see the videos that you repost from your team, and you knocking down the threes, you knocking down that mid-range jumper, and then of course you're dunking on people just like you did back in high school. And I mean, you're averaging 17.7 points per game. You're third in the league in rebounds, averaging double-figure rebounds as well. I mean, you have absolutely dominated for your team since you've gotten there. How have you been able to step up as a rookie, as your first year playing pro ball, to where you can make this kind of immediate impact?
To be honest, I just have it programmed in my head that this is a business. So I have to produce. So every game, I have it programmed in my head that I have to score, I have to get rebounds, and I have to dominate every time. Like if I don't do that, then I didn't do my job. So every game I just come ready and come prepared. So that's really much of it.
Yeah, and you had a couple of really good games. The past couple of games, last one a couple days ago, 28 points, 13 rebounds. Before that, you had 22 points and 13 rebounds in that game. I mean, you're starting to really ascend on that team as the main guy, as one of those main dudes. And you're actually one of the very few Americans on that team. What is that like for you being from a whole nother country? Now, all of your teammates are, overseas guys. You're really one of the few Americans on that team.
To be honest, it's not really much of an issue to me. I mean, I'm really like, I'm friendly and like I'm really social. So like I meet them. They speak English. It might not be as like good as my English, but I understand them. I have patience with them, and they make me feel welcome. So it's not really much of an issue, and I adjust to whatever the circumstances is. So at the end of the day, it's really basketball. So I'm there to play basketball. I'm also here to enjoy the experience. I meet a lot. I mean, I have a few friends that I met, and I enjoy that too. But more likely is I'm just here for basketball and to get the job done.
Yeah, and I know the fan base is really taking a liking to you. I see you posting on Instagram and stuff about some of these fans, wanting your autographs and all that. What has that been like for you to be looked at so highly by your fan base?
Man, it's all I ever wished for. I love it. I love every moment of it. Everybody that comes up to me, I appreciate it because some people don't get that. Some people don't get that enjoyment. Some people wish for that, pray for that, and the fact that I'm actually like have a fan base, I really like makes me happy. To be honest, it makes me really happy because it's different from the states as well. I could relate from back in the states because back in the states, you say like you have a fan base, but they're not as supportive as overseas. Because when you come overseas, you got the fans that like really love you, and they don't even know you. They don't know you, so they show the love. They make you feel welcome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I know that means a lot to you coming from your background, and you deserve this, man. You had a great college basketball career. Started off your first year at the University of New Orleans. Actually got to play with your high school teammate in Jamel Myers. I know that was awesome for you. I was tuned in every single game when you guys made the postseason. I was ecstatic. You ended up fouling out on some BS calls by the refs, so I know that helps out being overseas where they don't, call those BS ones anymore.
Yeah.
But then you ended up spending the past 3 years at Barry University, one of the top Division II schools in the country, and probably the best conference at the Division II level. And you were able to make a big impact for them last season as well. Uh, how has your college experience, those 4 years, really helped you get to where you are now? What do you take away most from that college basketball experience?
What do I take away from it? Man, college was college was fun. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs. What I really took away from it is the learning part. I had to learn more of the game, and I also had to develop more of skill. So to be real, it was more of slowing down my pace of the game and really understanding the right from wrong. In high school, you're the man.
Mhm.
So when you come to high school, you expect to go to college and be the man too, but you have to understand that you're not only the best player. So I had to understand that the pace and just stay patient because it wasn't like high school. But that's mostly what I got out of it. It was the pace of the game and just developing more skill and being ready. It taught me how to be like more professional.
Yeah, and I definitely saw your game grow throughout the years. And I also watched some of your games in the Miami Pro League where you got to go against Josh Richardson, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond. I mean, you were going against NBA All-Star caliber guys. You actually played alongside a good buddy of mine in Ralph Bissaint. I don't know if you knew that. I knew him. He's a very good friend
Ralph,
of mine.
Ralph is my guy,
Yeah, I
my
mean, it
guy
was
right there.
awesome seeing you guys play together. That was awesome for me. But you got to go against, like I said, these NBA guys. I believe Marvin Bagley, you went against him and like some other really talented bigs. How do you feel like that experience in the Miami Pro League? I know it's kind of like a, rec AU type thing, but it's very competitive, as you know. How did that help get you better?
Man, I, of course, you see them on TV, you watch them on NBA, and you're like, yeah, they're good. And playing against them, it made me, to be honest, I felt like I was right with them. They just had their higher level and a higher name to me, but like I felt normal. I had fun. I really had fun playing with them. It's basketball at the end of the day, so I have fun playing against them. Of course, I'm gonna talk whatever I gotta talk, and then I had fun. It was really no different. It was really no different. I looked at them like they're a normal person, and I just played ball with them.
Mhm. That's a great mentality to have, man. And that's why you're at where you are. And I know we talked a little bit about, how you've had to adjust to overseas, playing on the court as a professional athlete. What is that lifestyle like as a professional athlete off the court that you've had to get used to?
What is it like? Um, it it's pretty normal, man. Like I can't really say that it's really much different. Like being overseas, of course, I'm in a different place, but like being professional, you got to carry that with you every day. So I can't really say it's much real different. I respect everybody the same way I would do if I was back home.
Yeah, that's a great mentality, man. And that's
You know what
that's
I
big
mean?
reason why. Yeah, I can hear you. That's a big reason why you're succeeding, man. It's
Okay.
awesome to see all of that. And you guys still have games to go. You still have your season going on, where you're still looking to dominate. How are you looking to continue? Obviously, you're looking for wins, but how are you looking personally, individually, to grow your game throughout this season to help contribute more for your team?
Um, Definitely watching more film, see what I did wrong, seeing my pace of the game, watching film against other opponents to help my team win. Try to be on top of my A game and just stay on top of my craft. Just make sure I'm doing things right. Make sure I'm repeatedly doing it so I can make sure that it's crisp in the game, and just keep aiming for the stars. Just keep trying to do my best.
Absolutely, man. I'm definitely excited to see how you do throughout the rest of the season. There's no doubt in my mind there's going to be a lot of posterizing dunks, a lot of made threes for you, and a whole lot of W's. So congrats on a great career so far. And then you already know I'm tuned in to all of your games throughout the rest of your career, man. Definitely proud of you. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Mars.
Thank you, man.